Am I the a-hole for playing a voice recording to prove to my friend her daughter isn't nonverbal? You know, I never thought something like this would happen, especially not over a 3-year-old telling me I stink while I was on the toilet. But here we are. I run an in-home daycare. It's a pretty small operation. Just me, a cozy little setup, and a handful of toddlers who keep my days interesting. I'm 30, and I've been doing this for a few years now. I always have parents fill out contracts. There's a section specifically for special needs, medical concerns, or anything I should know. Well, my friend, let's call her Rachel, she's 34, asked if I could start watching her daughter, Lena, 4 days a week. She filled out the contract, but left the special needs section totally blank. No mention of delays, no hint that there might be anything I needed to be aware of. So when Lena showed up and barely spoke, I just figured she was shy. She's 3. Totally normal, but even from day one she made her needs very clear, pointing, nodding, pulling me toward things, and then gradually I started hearing more. At first it was small things. A whispered juice here, a quiet toy there. I didn't think much of it, but I noticed. And then one day I was in the bathroom, door cracked slightly, wedge in place. You know the drill, parents. And I hear these little feet patting by. Then Lena pauses and, with the sass of a teenager, says, You stinky. I burst out laughing. It was hilarious and honestly kinda adorable. So, at pickup, I told Rachel. Her face changed immediately. She's not verbal. She snapped. Why would you make fun of her? I froze. I told her I wasn't mocking Lena. I was proud of her. She'd come a long way. But Rachel just shook her head and walked off. I didn't press it. Maybe she was in denial, or maybe I had crossed a line I didn't know was there. But still, I was confused. Lena was speaking, quietly, sure, but clearly. So I made a decision. I recorded her voice. Just her voice, no video. She said her name, told me her favorite animal was a panda. I wanted to show Rachel, maybe help her see the progress Lena was making. But after that blow-up, I chickened out. A few weeks passed. Rachel acted like nothing happened. She even invited me to her other daughter's birthday party, said it was water under the bridge. So I went, thought things were fine, until I slipped up. I was talking to this woman, turns out it was Rachel's sister, and I mentioned the funny things Lena says when we read animal books. She immediately snapped, She's nonverbal. Why are you lying? Before I could explain, Rachel came over, already fuming. The two of them start yelling at me in front of everyone, accusing me of making things up about Lena. I was embarrassed. I was overwhelmed. I was done being called a liar. So I pulled out my phone, and I played the recording. The room went quiet. Rachel turned red. Her face hardened. She told me to leave. I told her I wasn't trying to start anything, I just didn't want to be dragged through the mud for telling the truth. She called me an a-hole, said I crossed a line recording her daughter, that I embarrassed her in front of her whole family. And yeah, maybe I did. But honestly, I don't regret it. I have 2 kids of my own. One of them was nonverbal for years. I know what that journey looks like. I would never lie about something like this, and I know what I heard, what I experienced with Lena, and I just wanted to celebrate her growth, not get screamed at. Now I'm making changes. Cameras are going up in my daycare. Everyone will have access. I am updating the contracts to clearly state that audio might be recorded for safety and progress tracking, peace of mind for everyone. And yeah, I'm calling CPS, not as revenge, but because something isn't sitting right with me. If a child is being labeled incorrectly or neglected in any way, I need to make sure she's protected. Maybe I was the a-hole, or maybe I was the only one actually paying attention to Lena. Was I the AH? Drop your thoughts below. And don't forget to subscribe for more real Reddit stories.